Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you here again. It's good to see you here again. How is your February going? I think it's going well for me. Nothing much is happening, but it's just going well. You know, you just feel good about a month. I feel good about February. So today is going to be story time. Story time, story time, story time. I want to see if I can tell story. I want to see if I can gist. Let's gist. As usual, get your drinks, get your popcorn, get your food, whatever it is. Let's do this. Like the title says, this is the story time of the first time I ever traveled out of the country. Don't we all have I feel like everyone has that story time of the first time you left this Nigeria to go to Obodo Igbo, to go to the abroad, to go to where things are good. It was one for the books. I can definitely never forget my own story time. So let me tell you guys how it went down. Let me just show you how much of a village girl I was the first time I traveled, you know. As usual guys, if you enjoy my content so far, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you can always be updated when I have a new video out there, you know. And shout out to who suggested a story time video. Sorry, I'll find your name and I'm going to put it somewhere here, but someone said I should do a story time video. The one she asked for was for she asked me to do like embarrassing moments in uni and all of that. I'll have to sit down and think about them, but let me just start with this. I feel like this is going to be more interesting and more fun, so let's go. Let's start. So in 2008, I want to believe, yes, 2008 was the first time I left this country. Okay, so let's start with the process. I obviously went to get my passport. I never had a passport before, an international passport. So I remember I went to my auntie. So they took me to get my passport. Everything was just all new. I was like, oh my God, I have a passport now. I got my photos taken and all of that. I was happy. I was excited. No, you know, you're traveling, you sleep with excitement. Like, oh my God, I'm traveling. I cannot wait. So I was so excited that I was traveling. That night, I don't think I slept that night. I was just waiting. And it was BA we used in traveling. Like, not BA, very early morning flights. So I was just looking forward to traveling. So anyways, like I said, I went to my auntie for the first time. And we went to see my cousin. My cousin stays there. He was in school. And they were planning. I was meant to go to school in the same city he was in. He was in Glasgow, Scotland. So he was already in school there, and my dad wanted me to go there. So it was almost like he was sending me there to just see if I like the place, everything is okay, all of that. So I already had someone there, and I was going with my auntie. That's his mom, my cousin's mom. So anyways, the time came on. I finished packing my box, everything. I was so happy. That was not the first time I was entering a flight. I think I've entered a flight before there, but that was the first time I was entering like an international flight. Obviously, it's bigger. They're serving you food. You have TV to watch, all of that. I was so excited though. So entered the flight though, I didn't sleep. Where am I sleeping to go and look for who? What? No, I pressed everything. I was pressing all the buttons. I was like, oh my God, what should I watch? I watched movies. I did everything. Flight to London is not that long now, 6-7 hours. So, but I used it well. I didn't sleep. I watched everything. But this is where the problem started. They now served me food though, plain food. Like, you know how flight food used to be now. All the vegetables and everything and nonsense will finish giving you to eat. That's how I feel eating the food though. I was normal. I didn't feel anything yet. I was still normal. I feel eating the food, everything. We arrived. Well, I just noticed I was not hungry again. Like, throughout the duration of the trip, like at least for the first 2 days, I was just not hungry. My tummy was always paining me and everything. But I'll get back to that side of the story. I'm just trying to tell you how the flight food just fucked me up throughout my whole trip. Got to the city. No, we got to London first because there's no flights from Nigeria to Glasgow. So you get to London first, then you take your flight to Glasgow. Got to Glasgow, I was like, wow. Obodo Igbo, Jesus. And Glasgow is not even the finest place in this. Glasgow is not all that, but compared to Nigeria, just be seeing there's all these ancient buildings now, all these old school buildings. Oh my God, I was like, oh my God, it's so pretty. I was just so happy. I was really so happy. Got to his apartment. Everything was just good. Everything was nice. I was really so excited. Then what now busted my brain? Like my brain just did. Because the trip was not it was not a long trip. It was probably like a week or so or 5 days. It wasn't a long trip. So anyways, when we got there, everything was wonderful. I was there with my cousin, with my auntie. It was just good. Everything was just wonderful. And my auntie I traveled with, she likes shopping too. So it was perfect. So she let us go and shop. That's how we went to shop now. I don't know how we stepped foot in a shop I don't know how we stepped foot in a shop called Primark. Anybody that knows Primark, hands up. Just raise your hands up. Raise it, because Primark was like heaven on earth. Primark is a store in the UK, but I don't think it's a UK store. Like, I don't think it's owned by British people. I think it's German. I'm not sure. Let me not give information I don't know. It's a very known, it's everywhere. It's a big store. They sell everything. I'm sure now they sell everything. They sell home. They have Primark home. They have makeup. They have everything. But anyways, that's how I entered Primark. You know, when you see, I've forgotten how much my dad gave me to travel with that time. I've forgotten how much. Let me just say £1,000. And you know how much £1,000 is? Like 2008, £1,000. Do you know how much that was? But let me just assume, I'm not sure, but let me just assume that's what he gave me. As I carried the money. Entered Primark. After going to Primark, I didn't go to another store. Going to another store was like a joke. Like, they had everything there. And I started picking clothes. Picking like a mad woman. They had everything. They had everything cheap. And I think now Primark is even expensive. I think I won't be surprised. Primark was in top £2, £3, £4. You see jeans £4. I say, hey, I picked though. I picked. And I got to, they sell boxes too, so you can, when you're done picking, you even buy a box and everything. And I went to go and pay. They told me, because I bought 2 boxes, so like filled up one box, filled up the other box, and I went to go and pay for the things I bought up. Let me tell you what made me laugh. When we now got to where we were paying, obviously my auntie was still shopping, so I had to go and pay. Mind you, I went from listening to typical Nigerian English, normal Nigerian accents, like typical one. I didn't even go and listen to British accent, like just. And I went to jump to Scottish. Have you heard Scottish people talk before? Have you? And I went to pay. Obviously, everybody there, they're all Scottish now. They're now asking me, is that all for the day? Now they talk now, how is it day? I don't know how to get their accent. I don't even want to learn it. It's a horrible, like a very, very horrible accent. Anyways, they're basically asking me, how was your day? I was just like, yes. How was your day? Yes. Is that all for? Yes. Everything was just yes. I was saying today, I'm gonna just be answering yes. I'm sure the girl was tired of me. She now finished calculating everything. No. Guess how much my total was? They told me my total was, I think 500 and something pounds or 400, something like that. I was like, do you know I was this close? This close to going back and doing it again. I was like, what? What? Bruh, I went crazy. I just like, so I now thought that's how all the stores were in the UK now. You know, I don't enough like, if this shop is like this, maybe I still have under £500 left. Well, I'm gonna ball. I'm gonna spend it all. When we're done with the first trip, that's how I bought everything from Primark and everything. You know? Like I told you, let's now go back to the food story. I told you guys I was not eating. So my auntie noticed I wasn't eating. She know when you go to your aunties now, they are cooking Nigerian food, cooked soup, all of that. I was not eating any food. Nothing could go down. I was not like, my tummy is paining me. My tummy is paining me. I don't know, my tummy is paining me. We saw it as a joke. It wasn't that serious until the next day. I was not like, wait, auntie, I cannot sit down. I was like, I cannot sit. They were laughing at me. They thought I was joking. I was like, I cannot bend. Like, I had to stand straight like this. I could not bend to sit down. They were not worried for me. Even me, I was worried for myself. I was like, it's not funny. Like, my tummy is paining me, my waist. I cannot bend. I have to stand like this. I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know what is wrong with me. This one, that one. Until I now realized it was constipation. But it was not normal. See, I promise you, it was not the normal constipation we all know, where you just enter the toilet and just force it out. No. I really could not bend down. I was like, this was the first time I'm eating Obodo food. All this thing they'll be giving you. I was like, who sent me to eat this food they gave me? Like, why did I eat it? I said I could not bend down. No. They were like, too much go to the toilet and force myself. I said, it's not type you can. It's not when you go and bend down, you're forcing yourself. I could not bend. I had to stay like this. If I do like this, I'll have like this sharp pain. Hey! This holiday I came for, God help me. So my cousin is very funny. My cousin now said, I'm sure, I don't know if he's going to watch this, but I'm sure he's watching this. You remember everything that happened. It was not like he's going to call the ambulance. But the only way they'll take me seriously if I start crying. Just start crying, but start crying. So then when they come, they'll think it's very serious. Because you can't just call ambulance and tell them you're constipated. Like, it doesn't even make sense. So come and see me. He now called the ambulance. As soon as they got to to the apartment, I started crying. I was like, I cannot bend down. Oh my God. First experience. As ambulance came to carry me. I'm not even joking. You put them understand the kind of bush woman I was. Ambulance came to carry me, put me inside stretcher. I can't believe this happened to me. I was so young. I was probably like 15 or so. Ambulance came to carry me, stretcher. My auntie joined. Everybody joined me to go because they can't leave me now. I can't hear anything they're saying. I could not hear anything. So I needed my cousin to join me to translate for me and everything. So they all joined me inside the ambulance. So on top constipation, on top hard shit. All of us were like that. Ring on, clearing road. Got to the hospital, even took me to the emergency room, everything. So when I got there, I couldn't help but laugh. Because when I got there, now put me, they're now rolling me. You know, see people that actually have like serious problems. You see blood, you see people that had stroke. Like now the emergency room is now. Like I was serious issues. I was just there, just looking at myself like, it's a shit. I was just here, just sitting down waiting for them to come. So after everything, the doctor now finally came. That was enough for any part again. So I could understand what they were saying. They were not like, sorry, so what's your name? Hi. I was like, I'm with my cousin. Imagine when they ask you what's your name. I'm with my cousin. The guy was wondering like, what's wrong with this girl? Like, what's your name? At least basic information, like confirming your name. I was like, yes. Yeah, that's true. Whew. So what do you say is wrong with you? Blah, 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 blah. This is what he's saying, but the way it sounded in my mouth, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I came from Nigeria. I came from Nigeria. Maybe you ask me another question like, when did this start and everything? And I say, I came 4 days ago. I was just answering rubbish. I was just there, just embarrassing my whole family members. But I think the doctor now got so frustrated. He was like, where's that your cousin? So he now finally called my cousin. My cousin has started translating for me. I was so hopeless. I was like, Dad, how can I call one thing but not call that? Like, I cannot hear you. But I didn't want to say I could not hear the person. I was acting, no, I know you're answering me, answering with pride. Be like, I'm sorry, what's your name? Yeah, I'm here with my cousin. Just like, like, that's what I'm asking you. My cousin came, translated to him and everything, so he figured out that it was really just constipation and I just ate nonsense and my body didn't agree with it. I said they gave me one thing to drink. I don't even know the name of that thing, but it worked like magic because I think this thing happened for 3 days now. That was the 4th day and we're thinking that something serious happened. I could not even bend. That's how this people gave me one thing like that, like something to drink, like a liquid stuff. I don't know what it was, but I was meant to take like a teaspoon or so of it. I was like, I know when they give you the thing based on the way you feel and just give you that and I tell you take a teaspoon. You're not like, are you sure? You know when you're asking them, are they quite sure? I'm telling you, like, I cannot bend. They're giving me 1 teaspoon to drink. That's not Ndocha. They have sense. That was the moment my eye opened. I was like, these people, God, they have sense. They're not like us. So I went home that night. What the teaspoon they said I should drink. I didn't want to tell people how it happened. TMI. But literally, in like 20 minutes or 10 minutes, it turned from constipation to purging. Medicine just said, I just, you know when you take the medicine, you don't sit down and just waiting. They did not do. The way I ran to the toilet, I said it turned from constipation to purging. How it happened, I don't know. I scattered, oh Lord Jesus. When I came up, auntie was like, hi, I can see you okay now. I can see you're fine. So, wait, someone is on the door. 1 second, I'll be back. Someone came, so I had to. So as I was saying, oh yeah, when I was done with my Sage, anyways, I got way better. My auntie, my cousin, they were all laughing at me. They were like, this village woman though. But anyways, I needed the experience because afterwards, that opened my palate, you know, to every nonsense I can eat. And I just became curious about different foods from different countries. So I guess it was a win-win situation. That was the food part of it too. After everything, that my 500 pounds remaining, I said, let me go and now shop again. Thinking, like I said, that everything was the same. Whew, these people don't want me to just film today. They don't want me to film today, Papa. They don't want me to film today. Okay, that stopped. So yeah, so thinking that I have 500 pounds to go and give them under 2 boxes of clothes now. We now went to other stores. The next day we're like, okay, instead of going to Primark again, let's check other stores. I was like, well, now let's go. And I entered like the Zara's, you know, the other expensive stores. And I went in there, started packing clothes like a mad woman. But I noticed that when I checked the price tags, and I'll be saying, 30 something pounds, 20 something pounds. I say, it's not the same thing. No. Why is it not the same thing with the Primark I went to before? That's when I realized that not everything is like Primark. Not everything is like Primark. But that was a very fun experience with the whole shopping and seeing how things are there, how their stores are, how things are just different. Yeah, I experienced going to the cinema for the first time. I was like, Papa, please now let me film in peace. Go to that side. I don't want to hear your voice. Love you. Went to the cinema for the first time, so like the big screen. I was just like, no, it was very interesting for sure. It was really, really interesting. Went to a Chinese restaurant. I think that was the first time I was going to a Chinese restaurant, to be honest. But it was really fun. It was so exciting. Like I said, my first time was like a 5-day trip. It wasn't like a long trip. Then after that, that's when I now traveled to now start school, which was a very different experience. Like starting school, you have to listen to them talk to you every day. Like your teachers are giving you Kong Scottish accent. I don't know how I passed. I keep on telling people this. I don't know how I passed in that school because I was not hearing anything they were saying. When they now put you into groups, you now be like, what are you people saying? Like, I found it very difficult for the longest time before I could understand what they were saying and before I could get used to all of that. But I mean, eventually I got used to everything. And it was fun staying in Glasgow. It really was. It was a small city. You know everybody. Everybody knew everybody. But it was fun. I didn't really do so much. I didn't do, like, escalator. I forgot about the escalator part of things. You know those videos you see now of women, all those women, you see them, they're trying to, like, they're about, like, I did it. That was me. I was so scared to use the escalator because when you get to the airport, I remember you had to take the escalator. That was the first time I experienced it. I was like, Jesus. I was holding it and I was like, oh God, you had to just beat it. Like, why? Don't they have normal stairs? Like, it was so scary. It was really so scary. Entering the train for the first time, just all of that. It was so much, like, it was just something like you see only in the movies, but thinking you're actually going to experience it, it was fun. So anybody that's not traveled out of the country, trust me, it's not that intimidating. Yes, you feel that way, but once you keep on doing it and once you do it over and over again, you'll get used to it. Like, it's not that deep. It's just accents. You understand them. If you don't understand them, tell them. That's even the mistake I made. I was there forming, I can understand. What is wrong with saying you don't understand what you're saying? I can't hear you. I can't understand what you're saying. Talk to me. Open your mouth and talk to me. My first time experience traveling out of the country, and it was fun. I was really young. Like I said, I was about 15 years old or 14. No, 15 years old, yeah. And it was all good and I had a good time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my story time, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye.